everybody. Welcome to my video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Danielle Miller, I go by Arthur D. Miller. Today I just wanted to talk about grieving. It's getting closer to the holidays, and you know, for those of us who have lost people that we love, our moms, dads, daughters, sons, uncles. I know this can be a very difficult time for us. I personally have lost a daughter and a son at a very young age, and recently I lost my parents. It's been a year that I've lost my mom, and I lost my dad some months ago. So I know, the holidays around this time, it gets really, really tough for me, and I know it gets tough for a lot of you out there. So I wanted to touch base on, the grieving process. And in my book, it's a memoir, I talk about, my book is dedicated to my mom and my dad. I talk about a lot of things that I went through as a child, and I talk about some of the things that I went through as an adult. I talk about losing my mom and my dad and how it affected me, and the different things, that I did to try to basically void those things, but I couldn't. I did a lot of foolish things throughout the year to try to, void those feelings. I tried to substitute them, and I couldn't. I had acquired a gambling problem where, I wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I needed to talk to somebody. I needed a hug, and I had nobody I could talk to. So the only place that's open is a casino. And I would go down there 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would win. I would hit, and then I would, spend my money right back. And, for a while that was working. It helped me not think about my mom and my dad. And then, I never really was a drinker, but then I started drinking and interacting with people that I should not have, being around people who didn't mean me no good. And at those moments, it made me feel good. It helped me to not think about losing my mom and my dad, but in the end, all it did was mess me up. And I'm still, recuperating from some of the things that I have done. Now, what I've learned through this process is, a lot of people will say, I'm there for you. If you need something, call me, I'm there. And a lot of times that's not the case. Don't tell somebody that you're there for them if you're really not there for them. Something as simple as a phone call, 2 o'clock in the morning, because, they wake up, thinking about their loved ones. Answer the phone. I've always answered the phone when people have called me late, because I always thought, this could be an emergency. A lot of times I would ramble on and be telling people how I felt, and I know they really didn't want to listen. I could tell by the energy, that I was receiving. Don't do that. We pick up on that. If you're going to say you're going to be there for somebody, be there. You don't know what they're going through. If you have not lost somebody close to you, you do not know what they're going through. You might not never know until it happens to you, and then everybody grieves different. Sometimes a hug, sometimes just being there to listen to them can help somebody in that moment. You don't know what that person is thinking. That person might feel like they're alone in this world, can be around a room full of people, can have a whole big family saying they support them and I love you, but still feel alone. And I know that feeling all too very well. Don't do it. Don't tell somebody you're going to be there and give me a call, and if you need anything, or I'm praying for you, and you really don't. A simple hug, a simple phone call. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? Do you need something? people get depressed. People have anxiety. You don't know, they might be suicidal after losing somebody. And you could be that person to save them. And I talk about that in my book, having suicidal thoughts and, feeling like the world is over, feeling like, you've lost everything. I've gotten depressed to the point where, I hadn't really worked in a whole year, and that's not me. That's never been me. I've always, been on my game and making my money. I've always been a hustler. But when I lost my mom and my dad, I lost the will to be able to do my basic things. I used to love, going to the GW and going shopping and getting my hair and my nails done and going to the movies. I didn't want to do any of that. Nothing that I have tried to do made me feel better. I prayed. Trust me, y'all. I stayed prayed up. I prayed every single day, every minute, every hour. Lord, please take this pain away. And eventually, it will happen. It will happen over time. It takes time, but I tried a lot of different things during my grieving process to help me get through it. Some of it worked, and some of it didn't work. And one of the things that I found that was very helpful to me, which I did before I made this video, I would look at my mom and my dad's pictures, and I would play songs, and yes, I would cry. I would cry like a little baby. I would cry my heart out. But it helped me. It helped me remember the good times. It helped me remember a lot of things that I went through. And so, just be mindful, to people whenever they lost somebody. There's no time limit to get over somebody. And I hate hearing people say, oh man, her mom died 2 years ago, 3 years ago. His dad died 4 years ago. He's been dead. There's no time limit to get over somebody that was your rock, somebody that was in your life, somebody that you talked to every single day and woke up to, and you just out of the blue, they're gone. There's no time limit. So for those of you who are watching and, you have a family member or somebody or friend, that died or has lost somebody, reach out to them. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends and really talk to them. Really find out, are you okay? Do you need me to come over? Do you need me to come sit with you for an hour or 2 hours? Or, hey, let's go for a walk. You never know what's on that person's mind. It took baby steps, a lot of baby steps for me to get to where I am right now. And sometimes, I'll hear a song or smell or food will take me back to when I was a child, or take me back to, when my mom and my dad was alive. It took me baby steps to be able to get to, where I am right now. And sometimes some things that you say to people can take them in that instant right back into their depression, right back into their anxiety. So be mindful. There's no time limit on somebody grieving. You won't understand how that person is feeling unless it has happened to you. So this video is dedicated to my mom and my dad. Yes, I'm in my feelings right now. I thought this was a perfect time to make a video. This is my mom right here, Shirley. And so this video is dedicated to her, and this video is dedicated to anybody who is going through something. Your depression, your loss, it's not small. No, people aren't going to understand what you're going through. But at the same time, if you say you're supporting somebody, if you say you care for them, show them. Don't just say it, show them, and actually be there for them, because you could save their life. A simple hug, a simple I love you, a simple phone call can save somebody's life. A simple hug can take somebody out of, their depression state at that moment. So I dedicate this video to anybody who's going through anything, to anybody who has lost someone. I definitely feel your pain. I know the holidays get bad for you guys. Just keep on striving and keep on pushing, and eventually, you know, it gets better. It gets better over time. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into my video. My book will be out January 15th. Thank you.